Hey everybody, welcome to our live chat. I'm Heather and we are here for you each and every day. I'm going to put this down just a little bit, maybe move it a little closer. All right. So we are here for you each and every day. So we talk Luminous Live. We talk about Luminous. So if there's anything you guys want to hear, see, talk about, whatever the case may be, we are here. And I put the times below. We are on YouTube Monday through Thursday, 8, 10, 12, 2, and 4. And Fridays at 8 and 10. And then Facebook, we're on at 4 Monday through Thursday, and 10 on Fridays. So we're here for you guys. Bottom line. Here for you guys. So yeah, you just come on in and learn and ask us questions. And I say us, usually Renee and I are here for you. Renee usually does the mornings and then I do the afternoons. But I am going to be with you for the next couple of days. So you're stuck with me. But we are here for you guys each and every day. But feel free, feel comfortable to ask questions, anything and everything that you want to know. So today we're going to be talking about, for this one, we're going to talk about coverage. It came up a little bit last hour, so I really wanted to kind of go through that again. Hey, Jeannie, good to see you. But we always do talk about, let me get in here and do this one, about our system itself. I mean, we really want to let people know how you use it, what's it for. Don't be scared. Everybody, there's a learning curve. It's okay. So we really do like to go over all that with you. And so this is our starter kit. This is the Icon. We also have the Icon Pro or the Legend, but the instructions are going to be the same. The only difference is the way it looks. The Icon and the Icon Pro looks exactly the same, just different color. The Pro has the dual speed. And then the Icon the Legend is a little bit bigger, but we're going to operate the same. They all come put together. The only thing you have to do is plug it into the power cord, which is super, super easy. Anyone can do that. It does come with the 2 bottles of foundation and the bottle of love and blush. Now, we give you the 2 bottles so you can color match, so you can have that perfect shade match 365 days a year. And think of this as your practice kit. We want you to practice. And so when you get it, make sure you do open it up. That's the first step, is opening up. Get it out of the box. Turn it on and just feel the air. As soon as you turn on the button, there's air that comes out. So what that's going to tell you is wherever the air is where the makeup's going to go. And so just feeling that around your face, moving it like that, that is practicing. And then eventually, once you get that movement down, that distance of 4 finger widths, you can put water in here and then start spraying your face with just water. Because that, to me, that's the biggest thing to practice, is the pulling back of the trigger, because that releases the makeup, but you want very little makeup to be released. We don't want a lot of it at all. So just a little bit of makeup. You apply this differently than traditional makeup. So just know that that's going to happen. Hello, Pasha. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Amber. Teresa, good to see you back. Good to see everybody. Yay. I love having new people here because it makes such a difference when you're here and you get to experience it, see it, ask questions, and get your questions answered like bam, right then and there. Because that's what this is for. All right. So we are going to talk about coverage. And I wanted to bring up a couple of things. Let me get out a few things, y'all. Because I do want to talk about it. Let's talk about these. I don't know where my concealer is. I need to go grab that. So I'm shaking these up, and I'm going to talk. I call it pre-coverage because it's Jacqueline. How are you? because you're not going to 100% cover it, because each step, anything that's airbrush that you're putting on your face that has any kind of pigment is giving you coverage, period. So even if I have things to cover here and I'm putting blush on, that is some coverage. So don't think, if I used a regular concealer, which I was going to grab and I don't have that either. I need to grab that. If I put a regular concealer on here, I would put that and then kind of tap it out. You would see that opaqueness and everything immediately. You would see it. With airbrush makeup, that's not what you're going to do. So you have to know the difference between applying it like traditional makeup or applying it with airbrush. It is different, and you'll be amazed. Hello, Sean. I'm new to the product. I need to change the color. So Sean, I have a couple questions for you. So we get this question a lot, because we do have that 100% color match guarantee. When you pick your system, you're picking a range. So that's why we were like, hey, do you have fair, medium, tan, warm, or deep? Especially when you're new, chances are you're still applying it like traditional makeup. Since you're new, you haven't seen this, but I'm a shade 3 to 5. I've actually applied 9 to my face, a 9, and was like, oh, what do y'all think? How do y'all like? And everybody's like, oh, I love the color. It looks so good. And I'm like, it's this shade. This is my shade. And I was applying this one. Oh, wait, that's a matte bronzer. But it's similar to that. So chances are, if we have you close to that range, you're okay. Now, yes, we can 100% color match you and get you to the right shade, without a doubt. I'm going to move this down. I feel like it keeps moving up. Without a doubt, we'll get you the right shade. But know that Luminous airbrushing is super, super duper forgiving. If you're applying it where you can see it instantly, you're applying it too hard. So I'm going to go back and put these steps on, because these steps are super important to know how you are to airbrush correctly. Practice with just feeling the air around your face. Make sure you're keeping it 4 finger widths away and that you're barely pulling back. Another thing I would suggest is take your foundation color, put a drop in here, and spray a paper towel, spray a tissue, spray a piece of paper, and do everything we're telling you to do, and see if you can't get it on that piece of paper so smooth. If you see it that it's wet, that it has hot spots, meaning of makeup or lines, then we need to tweak what you're doing. So please, please, please make sure you're doing, sorry, wrong hand, those things. Because chances are, if you are new and you're telling me immediately that you need a color match, I can almost guarantee that you're spraying too hard. Now, we can get you that color match. So what you need to do is call customer service, and they will help you. They'll help color match. We have people working, so call the customer service line. You can even go to Luminous Beauty, and I think there's even a contact tab. You can type it in. They'll pull you up by your phone number and be able to do that and help color match you. If you would like, I'm gonna put this up too. You can always email me. You can email me and I can help color match you. But I promise you, I'm probably going to say, no, you're using the right shade and you're just not spraying the correct way. Okay. So, if you do want help color matching and you need my help, email me, but do a clean face. Outside light is the best during the day, not at night, but outside light is the best. And, just make sure it's bright. Like I need good light. All right. So let's keep going. All right. So I do want to talk about coverage. We talked a little bit last out or at the 8 o'clock, but I have these sunspots that when I tan, it, they like the pigment latches on when I do the tanning tonic, and I can see all these like boop, 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 all these spots. So when we're talking coverage, that first step in coverage, and what I like to call pre-coverage, because it is something that I'll do before doing my foundation. And the first ones I want to talk about are these two right here. This is X Out. Well, first let me talk about eraser because that's the first one. This is eraser. And it only comes in one shade. So eraser is going to help with redness, with maybe some broken capillaries, acne, things like that. But it does only come in this one shade. Then we have X Out, which comes in 3 shades. So you have the light, medium, and deep shade right here. And this is going to be a step up in pigment. And so it is going to give you a little more coverage. And I'm going to go in order of like coverage. Because I always tell you guys, like, especially if you're new, get airbrushing down. Just get this down. Just worry about the foundation and just get this down where you're like, oh, perfect. I look amazing. And then we move to figuring out what you like for the look that you want, what products to use. Does that make sense? So I don't want the people that are new, I don't want to overwhelm with, oh, you need this, this, this. What we give you in your starter kit is enough. I did that last hour. It is enough. But just get the movement, get that down. You're using 5 to 7 drops to do your face, you're airbrushing, you're good, okay? And then we'll work on those other steps or those other products that we need, okay? So the next one is X Out, does come in 2. This is for dark circles and imperfection. So it's going to give you a little bit of a step up in coverage. So I can use it underneath my eyes, on my lids. I'll even use it here, even though that's not under my eyes. I'm not going to switch out products. I'm just going to use that as well, okay? So let's go with these 2 right now. The next step up would be either the peach color corrector that I would use. We have all the color correctors, but peach color corrector for my spots and dark circles. Peach is amazing. And then we also have a CC concealer, which I will go grab. That is awesome as well, but that's going to be another step up in coverage. All right. So now, let me shake my X out. I'm going to do the X Out. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to spray both so you can see both since we're talking about both. So this is eraser, 1 shade, and I'm spraying it incorrectly to show you the color, to show you what it is. Okay. Can y'all see? Let me move these so I can spray the rest of that. All right. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other cheek with X Out. So see how that is more of a skin color. It has more of a pigment in it. Now, when applying eraser, you're not going to see it this way. It's super light, but I can still utilize that. And then you're going to airbrush the foundation on over it, but it's not going to be as white because you're going to do it in passes and spread it out a little bit more. Does that make sense? I don't know if doing that this way helps or not, but I just want you to see the coverage. And I know what we can do. Let's do one side. I'll use X Out, and then the other side I'll use eraser and X Out and do it the right way. Okay. And yes, I'm not using our wipes because I ran out and I need to get more. Pat, 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 pat. All right. So now, if you haven't used our wipes, you need to use them because they're amazing. All right, what do you do if you what do you use for large pores? Velvet Veil. Hands down, Velvet Veil. Velvet Veil is the bomb. Velvet Veil is definitely going to help conceal and kind of fill in those pores, which is amazing. All right, so now I'm going to do 2 drops, 3 drops of eraser. I'm only going to do this side of my face with eraser. And I still have my blush on my lids. So I'm going to go under my eyes, help. I feel like I moved her right here. Okay. Now you saw how light it was, but notice that I keep moving. You can already tell the difference. Only hitting the problem areas. I don't have to put this everywhere. I'm only hitting those problem areas. Okay? I didn't even need 3 drops. Now I'm going to use X Out. But Sean, stay and talk to us, babe. Stay and watch, because I think this will really help you in learning how to put, because like I just put that on and it's already dry. Like there's, well, let me do it with X Out because you won't be able to see this one. I have a tissue that I'm going to put on my face. You are spraying so lightly. Cannot stress that enough. Lightly, that it dries and it should dry instantly. If you're not there, it's okay. You'll get there, because every time you have this in your hand, you're going to learn. Period. ... No problem. Okay. All right. So now this side under my eye. Well, let me make sure. Okay. Under my eyes, moving down. I'm never going in one spot too long. And I don't sit there and get the coverage until it's 100%, like it's hit it and quit it, hit it and quit it. So I'm going, I'm moving, not racing. They'll overlap, but you're not going to be in the same spot. So you'll go like boom, 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 boom when making those passes. So under my eyes, as soon as I start the movement, then pull back on the trigger. As soon as I feel it, start moving. Hitting those problem areas, those sunspots. I mean, come on. You can already tell we got this coverage. We got this going. I mean, you can already see a pattern. And I'm even, right here. And then I'm going to take out my earrings real quick. I think that was all in it. Get a little bit on my nose. Again, only going to those problem areas, okay? So one side I have eraser. This side I have X Out. Can you tell the difference in coverage? And you can still see what I want to cover. That's how I want it, because I still have blush. Maybe you're going to do contouring. I still have the foundation to put on. And so all of that is still going to give me coverage. So again, in your pre-coverage, you do not cover it 100%. Now, if your flaws are so light that it automatically covers, of course, that's fine. But don't try to sit there and do traditional makeup. Oh, I need to cover it. No, we have other steps to do. All right, now I'm going to grab my blush. I was going to do my Genie Mix, but I'm almost out of natural blush. So I don't want to. So I'm going to do Tulip again. Teresa thinks X Out looks better. And yes, Teresa, you're 100% correct on me. X Out would be my choice. However, if you don't, or maybe if I didn't have these flaws, I could just do eraser because I still have to put my foundation. It's not going to stay this light. It's all going to even out, all right? So I have my tulip blush, making my movement first. Switching sides. Might get a little bit more. Jeannie girl, you know I use that all the time. I used it this weekend too. All right, so let me get over here a little bit more. I just need to make sure I have more natural blush so I'm not 100% out of it. All right, so there's my blush. Now, if my blush gets a little bit too powerful, we like to say that our blush blooms. So if it does come up a little bit more, it's okay. Why? Because I haven't even done foundation yet. I'm still doing my process. Now, if I would stop talking and do it, you're talking quick, fast. You don't have, I mean, you wouldn't be explaining it through the whole thing. And so now I'm going to take my foundation. Candy, if you have a little forehead, you probably wouldn't. Foreheads, so I don't know if y'all know this. From the top of your eyebrow to your hairline, that's a forehead. Okay? If you have a forehead, you can contour a little bit in the temples. If you have a 3 head or even a 2 head, if your hairline comes down farther, then you probably wouldn't want to contour. You might want to do a little bit of shimmer or highlight here. Okay? Like my mom, she has a 5 head. She has a big forehead. That's why she has to wear bangs, but I would still contour her, and she contours just a little bit on the temple area. And just like right there in the hairline. So just FYI on that. All right, so this is the foundation. And I'm going to put my drops right in there. And turn it on. And now I go in and I make one pass. I make one complete pass. And then I'll focus on these areas that I still see need coverage, okay? And you can start wherever you want. I usually start at my forehead or my cheek. I'm keeping it moving. I'm not necessarily worried about the coverage right now. I just want to get one pass in there. And I look funny with only one earring on, so let me take this one off too. All right. So look at that. Even one pass makes a difference. Can you see the difference, or is it just me with my amazing lighting that I have right now? All right, so turning it back on. I can focus on this. Oh, I need a couple more drops. I couldn't see how many drops I was putting in. But always start with about five to 7, and then you can always add. But if you start with 5 to 7, that's going to let you gauge where you are in the foundation part of it. Down my neck. Remember that your stylist is going to blend for you. Okay, now look at, can you tell the difference between the X out side and the eraser side? Can you tell the difference anymore? Even though eraser is light and it looked a little light on my skin, it'll blend perfectly with the foundation, and everything will look flawless. It's all going to look together. And so don't think, oh, well, eraser's too light, I can't use it. If you don't have a lot to coverage, if it's just a little like redness, then use eraser. If you feel you're going to need a little step up in coverage, then maybe go to X out. If you're like, no, Heather, you have no clue, I need some coverage. Then we might, if you have like big, you know, dark circles under the eyes, things like that, maybe the peach color corrector, or maybe the CC concealer. If I want flawless coverage, I use the CC concealer, and then I'll use my Silk. I love that look. And so that's how I do it. So the fact that it all evens out will happen when you apply your foundation. Because remember, foundation and or anything we're airbrushing on, it's like little dots. So we're filling it in. It is not like traditional makeup. You're not applying this like traditional makeup. I cannot stress that enough. Yay, Teresa says, putting on the blush and X out first works. I prefer that, even though I've been airbrushing a while, for a minute. I actually, Teresa, agree with you. I like doing my pre-coverage and my blush first, because I like a more blended, more subtle blush, whereas Renee loves her blush, so she will do it afterwards a lot of the time. So I like it a little more subtle and not as powerful on that. So, all right, guys, there you go. Sean, Teresa, I'm glad you came back. Sean, thank you so much for joining us. Come back. We are here a lot. We are here 5 times today, and then all this week, Monday through Thursday. And you can ask questions. Like I said, talk to us. Yes, Jeannie, that's exactly what I always say. And I'm like, does everybody know what pixels are? It is. It's like pixels on a TV. That's exactly how I used to explain it all the time. But yeah, it's like little pixels on the TV. It's like all these little dots. If you watch, what was it? Oh my gosh, I'm going blank. They did a remix of the Candy, the Oompa Loompas. Why am I going blank? I can't remember. But you saw when they, or Wreck-It Ralph, yeah, more up-to-date version of Wreck-It. Yeah, it's like little pixels all over your face. So that's why it works with your skin. You're filling it in, and it's amazing. It's amazing. If you're not 100% in love with it, then come back, ask me questions, because you will be, I promise. I 100% know that you will love it. Okay. Why can't this is going to, I want to say Wally, this is going to bug me now. It was the remix. They got the ticket from the Candy. Willy Wonka. Remember they were in the white and all the pixels would move over? Yes, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. Thank you. I would not be able to move on without knowing that. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you back here. I'll be back at noon. We'll be back at noon to finish. Let me find out where my mouse is. There we go. All right. So I'll be back at noon. We'll go over more. And again, whatever questions you may have, I want to answer those questions for you. So please ask away. All right. Bye for now.